What's up YouTube? Today I'm doing a deck explanation of my worm deck. This deck is based off of the build that Robbie Boyajian topped with at YCS, and a link to that video will be down there. And look that up to see a deck profile of a deck that's topped, and then I'm going to explain what most of the cards do and why I run each card in my deck. So here we go. First of all, I run 3 Worm Zex. This is like the main combo card of the deck. Its effect says when you normal summon this card, you can send 1 worm from your deck to the graveyard, and you're usually going to be sending 1 of 3 Worm Yagen. When the only monster you control is Zex, Yagen's in your graveyard, you can special summon Yagen and face down defense. Yagen has another effect. When it's flipped face up, you can bounce 1 monster your opponent controls back to their hand. So it's an instant +1, and then you can bounce their monster when they attack it, and that's like the main combo of the deck. And it's kind of cool. Yagen is in the back of Zex, if you can see right there, and then Zex is in the back of Yagen. It's I thought it was pretty cool. And then I run 3 Worm Carteros. When it's flipped, it rotas for a worm in your deck, and it's really good because I run 3 Pot of Duality. So I can sit on this and the next turn go Zex and Yagen play. So it's a good card. You do have to run it at 3. There aren't that many like good worms. So, and then 1 Worm Lynx. I actually like this card. I wasn't liking it at first, but I tested with it and I liked it. It says when it's flipped, you can draw 1 card during each end phase. Not your end phase, each end phase. So if you Nebula this card during the end phase, draw 1 for his effect, and then flip it down and draw 1 for Nebula, so that's +1, or +2. So yeah, it's a really good card. I wouldn't run it at more than 1. It's mainly a target for future fusion, but it's good. And then what people don't usually like about my deck, I run 3 Worm King. I run 3 Worm King because late game this deck isn't very good, because you don't run a high monster count, you run a pretty low monster count. So you need to utilize your monsters early game. And if it does get late game, I want to have this 3rd king sitting in my deck, so I might need to draw it to normal summon it, or Nebula, use a 3rd or second or 3rd Nebula. And when I was testing with 2, I always found that I was short 1, and I needed 1 more. And it is annoying that you draw it so much, but I've found ways to work around it, so yeah, I run 3. And then I run 2 Gen Exile Birdman, because I really like the combo with Triforce. The combo is you normal summon Zex, you special summon Yagen, and then you bounce Yagen to your hand for a Birdman, and then you synchro for Triforce, and then hopefully you have a Yagen engraved for it to special summon, but if you don't, you just go into Zex. But I really like the combo, and I think it should be utilized more than it is. But yeah, so I run 2, and he ran 1. Then I run 2 Evil Dragon and Nanta. This card's really, really good. It wins games. It's kind of a win condition late game because you have a lot of worms in your grave. And if Zex gets Veilered, you can just remove it and sit on an Nanta for a couple turns and pop cards and make them do something about it, because I'll slowly destroy their field. And hopefully I can protect it. But 3 is definitely too much, but 2 is pretty good. And then I run Honest, because a lot of the cards are light and nobody will expect random Honest. But yeah. And then that's it for the monsters. I run 18 monsters. So a lot of them aren't able to like normal summon like Ananta and stuff, so it is a pretty low monster count. The monsters by themselves can do stuff, but with the support of the spells and traps, the deck does pretty well. And then I run 3 Duality for spells. Duality is really, really good in this deck because you don't have to special summon every turn. And now that Duality is available for everybody as a super, this can be run. And this makes any non-tier 1 deck better than it is. And everybody knows how good triple Duality is. And then I run 3 MST. I run 3 MST over Heavy Storm because people are setting 1 back row this format, and I can just clear out their back row and then go for my play. I don't feel like I need Heavy Storm. And I run a good amount of traps, so I really don't want to draw into Heavy Storm late game when I have my setup and they have 1 back row. because that does happen a lot. So I just decided to go with 3 MST, and it works out really well. Then I run Feature Fusion for Worm 0. I'll explain later in the video how good Worm 0 really is. I'll explain its effect and everything, but yeah, 1 Feature Fusion for that. And then Dark Hole, Book of Moon, and Reborn, stupid cards. And I run 10 spells. For the traps, I run Triple Nebula. This card is stupid, guys. This is the best card in the deck, and like, it's probably one of my favorite cards of all time. Alright, its effect, if you don't know: flip every face-down monster into face-up defense position. During the end phase, flip all light reptiles face down and draw 1 card for each. Then special summon 1 level 7 or higher reptile from your deck. So, if you go first turn and you go Zex into Yagin, and you set a Nebula, they summon anything, you bounce it back with Nebula. You chain Nebula, and you bounce it back with Yagin's effect. During the end phase, your monsters have to survive to resolve the effect. They have to be on the field. You flip both face down, draw 2 cards, and then special summon Worm King from your deck. The next turn, if they still have a monster, you can Yagin it back to their hand. But you've already gone like +4 off of 1 card. This card is insanely broken in the deck, and it works really well. And yeah, this makes this deck like runnable. So yeah, 3 of them. And then I run 2 Offering to the Snake Deity. It's an Icarus attack for worms. The downside is it doesn't work on face downs, but the good side is I found the ruling on this. If they Judgment or Dark Bribe or 7 tools, you don't have to destroy your monster. It is a cost, I think, but I'm not sure. But I know the ruling is you don't have to tribute your monster if this gets negated, so that's the upside to it, and it's a good card. And then 2 Warning, staple this format. Please trade me for an Ultra. This Super looks really bad. I need another Ultra. But anyway, yeah, 2 Warning, and then Torrential, because I like when they go triple Shine Ball, and then I go Torrential, and they get mad and I get happy. And then I run 2 Dark Bribe, because I'm scared of the MSTs and the Heavy Storms on my Nebula, and it does happen a lot because everybody mains that, and it gets rid of Reborn, it gets rid of Dark Holes, it gets rid of a lot of stuff, and it's just a good card for this deck, and it runs well. I was running Mirror Force and 1 Dark Bribe, but I took out Mirror Force for Dark Bribe, mainly because I run 2D Prison, and I felt like Mirror Force was overkill with monster removal. With the 2 warnings, I think that 2D Prison works. A lot of Worm players like to run 3, but I think 2 works for me, and then 1 Solemn Judgment. Well, let me check the time here. Alright, I got time for the extra deck. Alright, but yeah, the main deck is 40 cards, and I'm really liking the deck. I wouldn't main it, but I'm thinking about taking this to locals a couple times and having fun with it. It is competitive and it is good, but that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I run 3 Gen X Ally Triforce. This card is amazing. It says if you synchro with a light material, once per turn you can special summon 1 light monster from your graveyard. So you can even go Honest and then return it to your hand. Or you can go into Yagins and Zexes and stuff, and Broken Shenanigans combos. But 3 because I can, and you don't run a big extra deck in Worms. And that's it for that. Then Worm 0. Alright, Worm 0's effect. If you send it gains 500 for each you send, and its first effect, you can special summon 1 worm from your graveyard and face down defense. Instant +1. Second effect, it Dark Arm Dragons. You can remove from play reptiles as many times as you want from your grave to send monsters on the field to the graveyard. So you go this, and you can send Stardust and everything else. Third effect, you just draw a card each turn. So it's really amazing. And then I run Roach and Utopia for Exceeds. And that's it for the extra deck. Leave comments, and I have a really quick trade proof for Tommy Wynn 2001. I got your first Ed Steelstone Roach, and I will be sending out your stuff tomorrow in the mail. Your deck box and all your stuff is in there, and it will be sent out to you tomorrow. And thanks for the cards. And that's it, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and see you later.